Hello everyone, welcome to history class for class 7. Today is day 2. We had started a lesson Vijayanagara and the Bahmani kingdom. We had done introduction of the topic, disintegration of the Tughlaq Empire, rise of Vijayanagara Empire, early history, sources of information, dynasties, the Sangam dynasty, the Saluva dynasty, the Tuluva dynasty. Now, our today's topic are Krishnadeva Raya, the Battle of Talikota, and the case study of Krishnadeva Raya. Learning outcomes of the lesson. Children will be able to identify the location of the kingdom, assess the reason for the emergence of the Vijayanagara and the Bahmani kingdom, understand and discuss the major achievements of the kingdom, appreciate the architecture legacy left behind. Let's discuss the new term which you are going to do in this topic. Ravage. To cause severe and extensive damage. Raichur Dwap, a very fertile area lying between the Krishna river and the Tungabhadra river. Suzerainty, overlordship, accomplished, highly skilled. Sri Krishnadeva Raya is considered by many to be one of the greatest ruler of the Vijayanagara kingdom. During his reign, Vijayanagara had the strongest military presence in the South India and attained its peak of glory. He was an accomplished ruler. He was a supporter of learning. He built grand temples and also established a township near Vijayanagara called Naglapuram. After his death, weak rulers started ruling the kingdom. Let's read the topic. Krishnadeva Raya, AD 1509 till 1529. Krishnadeva Raya was the greatest ruler of the Vijayanagara Empire. He belonged to the Tuluva dynasty. His reign was characterized by expansion and consolidation. Do you know? Domingo Paes, the Portuguese traveler, described about Krishnadeva Raya of medium height and of fair complexion and good figure, rather than fat than thin. He has on his face the sign of smallpox. In this paragraph, Domingo Paes, a Portuguese traveler, described about the physical appearance of the Krishnadeva Raya. Let's continue. Krishnadeva Raya was an accomplished ruler. He always valued learning and extended support to scholars. Although the empire remained in a continuous state of the military preparedness, yet it developed under the condition of matchless peace and prosperity. Krishnadeva Raya was an accomplished ruler. He supported learning. He wrote many books. He supported the scholars as well. During his reign, the Vijayanagara had the strongest military presence in the South India and attained its peak of glory. He was an accomplished ruler. He supported learning. He built grand temples and established a township near Vijayanagara called Naglapuram. After his death, the weak ruler started ruling the kingdom. His religious views were liberal and accommodating, and the foreigners were received cordially at his court. The foreigners were given the full support at his court. He built some grand temples and also established a suburban township near the Vijayanagara called Naglapuram. However, after Krishnadeva Raya's death in AD 1529, an era of weak rulers began. Battle of Talikota. During the reign of Rama Raya, the combined armies of Bijapur, Ahmednagar and Golconda defeated the army of Vijayanagara in the Battle of Talikota, also known as Rakshasi Tangadi. On 23rd January 1565, Rama Raya, the chief minister of the Vijayanagara, was captured and put to death by the Sultan of Ahmednagar. The Battle of Talikota was a watershed battle fought between the Vijayanagara Empire and the Bahmani kingdoms. The battle took place at Talikota, today a town in the northern Karnataka. The Vijayanagara army was winning the battle, but suddenly two Muslim generals of the Vijayanagara army switched sides and turned their loyalty to the United Deccan Sultans. They captured Rama Raya and beheaded him on the spot. The Bahmani army plundered Hampi and reduced it into the ruins. The battle won by the Deccan Sultanates or the Bahmani kingdom. After the battle, Sadasiva Raya was the nominal ruler. Let's continue. The victorious armies now march into the Vijayanagara and the ravaged to cause extensive damage. They took back with them a large amount of booty, including horses, slaves, jewels, arms, and cash. Booty means the large amount of looted money, slaves, horses, jewels, cash taken by the rulers by them. After the battle, Sadasiva Raya was the nominal ruler up to AD 1570. The Aravidu dynasty. The city of Vijayanagara was completely destroyed. Now, the center of power shifted to east, where the Aravidu dynasty ruled from Penukonda and later from Chandragiri, nearby Tirupati. The city of Vijayanagara was completely destroyed during the time of Battle of Talikota. Now, the center of the power shifted to east side, where the Aravidu dynasty was ruling. Tirumala Deva Raya AD 1565 to 1572 was the first crowned ruler of Aravidu dynasty. The last ruler of this dynasty was Sri Ranga III AD 1642 till 1646. Case study: Krishnadeva Raya AD 1509 till 1529. He was the greatest king of the Vijayanagara Empire and one of the greatest rulers of India. Under his able rule, the Vijayanagara Empire reached the height of its power and prosperity. He suppressed internal rebellions, put an end to the foreign invasions. He defeated the ruler of Bidar, Golconda, Bijapur and Odisha. He annexed the Raichur Dwar. As we have already discussed about Krishnadeva Raya, he was an accomplished ruler. He supported the learning. He suppressed the internal rebellions. He put the end of the foreign invasions. He defeated the rulers of Bidar, Golconda, Bijapur and Odisha. He was one of the greatest rulers of India. He annexed the Raichur Dwab. Raichur Dwab is a triangular region of Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka states, which lies between the river Krishna and the river Tungabhadra, which was a very fertile area between the river Krishna and Tungabhadra river. This is a map of Karnataka. This is river Krishna and Tungabhadra river. Raichur Dwab is located in between these two rivers. Here the Dwab means the land or fertile land between the two rivers. This is a picture of Raichur Dwab. His kingdom extended from Visakhapatnam in the east to the south Konkan in the west and the extreme of the Indian peninsula in the south. Peninsula means area or land covered with water body on three sides. Some islands. Island, here the student, area surrounded by water on all sides is called island of the Indian Oceans. Also accepted his suzerainty, means overlordship. He maintained cordial relationship with the Portuguese governor Albuquerque. A Portuguese traveller, Domingo Paes, visited the court of Krishnadeva Raya. The ruler also granted permission to the Portuguese to build a fort at Bhatkal. Krishnadeva Raya was not only a great empire builder but was also an equally great administrator. He reorganized the administration of his entire kingdom. He constantly worked for the welfare of his subjects. He paid great attention to the development of agriculture and built many dams, high wall built across the river, tanks and canals. Canals means a man-made channel dug to bring the river water to the dry areas for irrigation. He was a great builder who built a lot of temples, gardens and palaces. He founded the city of Nanglapuram and beautified his capital city. From this paragraph, we come to know that he was not only a ruler, he was an empire builder as well as a great administrator. He built so many things for his subjects, his people. He paid a great contribution in the agriculture, built so many dams, tanks, canals and temples, palaces, gardens for the welfare of his subject. He founded a city called Naglapuram and beautified his capital city, Vijay. Do you know, the Mughal Emperor Babur has described Krishnadeva Raya as the most powerful ruler of India in his autobiography. Autobiography, a book written by a person himself or herself, called Babarnama. Babarnama was a book written by Babur himself. Krishnadeva Raya was a great patron of literature and learning. He was an accomplished, highly skilled scholar. He wrote several books in Sanskrit and Telugu. His most famous book is Amukta Malyada in Telugu. He followed a policy of religious tolerance. Now, Amukta Malyada was a famous book in Telugu written by Krishnadeva Raya. It is an epic poem in Telugu. It is a book written in the praise of Lord Vishnu. Krishnadeva Raya was an accomplished scholar. He wrote many books in Sanskrit and Telugu. He also patron of literature and learning. He supported the scholars as well. Krishnadeva Raya died in AD 1529. He was succeeded by his brother Akyuta Deva Raya, who ruled till AD 1542. After him, the throne passed to his nephew Sadasiva Raya, who was a weak ruler. The royal power now was actually in the hands of the minister Rama Raya. Do you know, Krishnadeva Raya composed a work on a statecraft in Telugu known as Amukta Malyada. About traders he described, a king should improve the harbors of his country and so encourage its commerce, and horses, elephants, precious gems, sandalwood, pearls. Sandalwood means chandan and pearls means moti, and other articles are freely imported. He should arrange that the foreign sailors who land in his country on account of illness and exhaustion are looked after in a suitable manner. In this paragraph, Krishnadeva Raya composed, meaning wrote, a book on statecraft, meaning Shashankal, named Amukta Malyada. In this book, to promote trade, he wrote that a king should improve his harbors. Harbors are the place where ships come and go. By developing harbors, imports means bringing of goods from the other countries is benefited. Trade improves the imports. Imports of horses, elephants, precious gems is easily done. Secondly, he said that good arrangement should be made for the sailors. Sailors are the people who sails ship. To promote trade, sailors should be taken care so they remain fit and trade is not disturbed. I hope you understood the topic. I'll come with the next topic, and I hope that you are able to solve some exercises. Don't forget to learn the terms. I'll come with the next video. Thank you.